Yo, what's up? It's your boy Dragon back with another tutorial, and today's tutorial I'm gonna be showing y'all how to make shit on the screen. And basically what this is the IShowSpeed YouTube banner. So if you enjoyed the video or help you out, make sure you drop a like and subscribe because it'll be much appreciated. With all that being said, let's just straight into the video. So the first thing you want to do is go into Photoshop. You want to go to File, New, and you want to pick 1546 by 423. Alright, so after that you want to go on Google and look for like an anime character or something you want to use. Pretty sure the one I used on this updated version I'm about to show y'all is what is it called? I think it was One Punch Man. Yeah, One Punch Man. So what I basically do to kind of like find the characters, whatever, I just type in One Punch Man PNG, or like the character. I'm pretty sure I typed in the character name, but you can just do something like that. Find the screenshots, right click, hit save image on it, and you just want to do that, get the images you want. Like for example, one like this may be good or something, but just get the images you want. And once you do that, you want to bring them into Photoshop. So I'm gonna bring mine into Photoshop by going File, Open, and then I'm gonna go to my downloads, get the images, hold Control, and get the different ones, and yeah, just bring them in here. After you bring them in, the next thing I'm gonna do is go to File, Open, and I'm gonna open up this GFX pack. It's called the Amplified Graphics pack, and I'm gonna put this in the description. So if you don't have it, just go ahead and download that because it's free and you just want to open this up. Alright, in the next pack you want to open, it's gonna be this Penguins Manipulation pack. I'm gonna put this in the comment section also, so you don't have to worry about none of that. But after you do that, we basically can get started on the banner. So basically what you want to do is you want to get this image, hit Control C on it, and come all the way back over here and hit Control V, and you kind of just want to put this on the background of the image. So just make it bigger by clicking on that, and we're gonna make this larger. And you can just keep it around this size for right now. After that, you want to go back over here and you want to look for any image you see with like grass on it. For example, you can use this right here, but just find a background that has grass on it and choose whichever one you want. I'm gonna choose mine, and I'm gonna basically show y'all how to work with it. Alright, so I chose this background. You can just hit Control C on it, come all the way back over here and hit Control V. And what you want to do is make this bigger also. And even though it might not look realistic, this is how I made the IShowSpeed banner, because I'm like the one who made his banner. So what I basically did was got like an image like this. I don't remember the exact image, but I kind of did like this and left the background hanging but left grass down here. So it was something like that. And what you can do is just click right here and bring it down some, and you can just go back on this mask and try to kind of fill it back on, like on the edges or whatever, and just do something similar to that right there. But I'm gonna get the actual background that I used and put this on here, but it's just me showing you a way to do it also. And I'm gonna let y'all lean on like the background I used the first time what I actually make. Alright, so this is the like original background right here that I used when I made it, and I'm gonna leave this in the comment section. So with this right here, what you want to do is just get it and kind of put it something like that. And yeah, just do something like that. Alright, now that you got a size like you want to, what you want to do is start bringing these images in. So we can hit Control C on this, come over here. Well, yeah, come over here, hit Control V if you want to. Then hold Control, pick both of these, hit Control C, and come all the way over here and hit Control V on the image. So you'll have both of them in here. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is kind of resize these images. So you just want to make this one to like a size you want. I'm gonna probably put this one about this size right here, and the other one, what I'm gonna do with it, you want to hit the check mark, you want to click on this, make this smaller, and I'm gonna probably put this one like back here around this size. And you can hit L on keyboard to go to the linear lasso tool, and what I'm gonna do is just cut this out right here, connect the dot, hit Control X, and cut it out. So now what we want to do is go over here to brightness and contrast, create a clip mask. So you just want to mess with the brightness on these images until you get it right. And I'm gonna mess with it until I get it right, and I'm gonna come back and show y'all how much brightness I put on it. So I end up going 16 on the first one and 15 on the other one. Now what I'm gonna do is add like a drop shadow on his feet. So I'm gonna create a new layer, hit B on my keyboard, make sure I'm on the black color, and then click with this right here one time, and make sure your brush settings are like mine right here, and go to the layer, hold shift, bring this down like that. You just want to hold shift and drag it down and put it below his feet basically, and you can just hold shift to kind of fix it. And after you do that one, you can hit Control J and drag it to the other side just like so, and you'll have something like that. Then you create another layer above it and turn it into a clip mask, say have the same black color, and put like these black little color at the bottom of their feet like this. So you'll have something like that. And after that, you can lower the opacity a little bit and then hit Control S to save your work. Alright, so after this, I'm gonna go on this layer and pick this mask right here. Click this, make sure you're on the right thing. You want to switch your color to black, and I'm gonna just take this out right here. And now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come over here with the black brush, and I'm gonna kind of add some dark color to it. So just come over here with it and do something like this. And you can mess with the opacity on it, but just hit Control S when you're done. Alright, so now what I'm gonna do is go to blending options on this dude, and then go to inner shadow and just add inner shadow like so. And you can mess with the distance and stuff on it. Probably have mine something similar to that, and low the opacity. You can have it like that and hit Control S when you're done. Now what I did was add this CC, and you can find this in the comment, I mean the description below, because I'm gonna leave it in the description. But what you want to do is just add this on here, and you can see how it kind of changes. And this is the one I use, so you simply just want to get this like from the download I gave y'all in the description and put this on the image. Alright, so next thing you want to do is kind of get some flowers like this right here. Well, not flowers, but like, I don't know what to call it, but just find something like this, hit Control C, and you want to come over here, hit Control V. And basically what you want to do with these, you want to kind of place these like on the edge, kind of like this, and you want to hit Control J to duplicate it and just put some on top and bring some on the bottom. And yeah, just end up doing that. So you kind of put them on the image or whatever. So probably put some back here, and I'll be back with y'all when I'm done putting these on. Alright, so now that you got some on this side of the image, you want to go up here and lock this layer. But what you want to do is create a new layer, right click, create a clipping mask, go to the color black, and you want to add some dark around this and kind of mess with the opacity. Then you want to go to the one back here. You see if I can find it. Get this, create a clipping mask, and yeah, you want to mess with the like colors back here also, and just mess with the opacity after you're done, and hit Control S. Alright, so now that I'm done with that, I'm gonna go in Cinema 4D and make some text, and I'm gonna bring y'all along and show y'all how to do it. So I'm gonna open this up and I'll be right back with y'all. So once you get in Cinema 4D, what you wanna do is go to File, Open, and I'm gonna open my Lightroom, like the one I use. And if you want this, just hit me up and I'll find a way to give it to you. But just open up this Lightroom, or whichever one you get, because I'm gonna have an alternative in the comment section. But once you open this up, what I'm gonna do is type, I think the dude's name was from FL. So you wanna type that right there, and I'm gonna go to the font. I'm gonna go find this font, and I'll be back with y'all when I get it. Alright, so this is the font right here. The font name is God of War, so you want to get that. But what I'm gonna do with my depth on specifically like making this right here, I messed up the first time when I tried to do it. My depth was too long, so you want to bring this all the way back. You don't want to have this too long, so bring this back some, probably something like that. And once you got your text correct, you want to go up here to your render settings. You want to edit it, and I'm gonna name this FL. I'm gonna let this render, and I'm gonna be back with y'all when it's done rendering. Alright, so now this done, you wanna go to File, Open, and basically what we're gonna do with this is hit Control C on it, and we're gonna come over here and we're gonna hit Control V. So after we hit Control V, you just want to bring this down up in here, and we actually not gonna mess with it right now, but just make sure you bring this in here and make it, let me see, yeah, make it around this size right here. You want to sit it around there, and what we're gonna end up doing is rendering something else also. So you want to go back in Cinema 4D, and you want to render another text. Now it's up to you if you got two names. You got one name, feel me, just put the one on there. But we gonna render this too. Yeah, the render settings, and I'm gonna just put a 2 beside this, and go up here and click the render button. Alright, so now that's done, you want to go to Photoshop, file, open, and I'm gonna open this up, hit Control C on it, can bring it over here. Click on this to get down here quicker, hit Control V, and make it a little bit smaller, and bring it over just until you center it, and make it a little bit bigger after that, and have something around that. So now what you want to do, like when you making this text, you feel me, you can go to blend options and you can go to gradient overlay. And with the gradient overlay, this is what I like to use when I make my text. Now you can pick the color. So for example, if I want to use red for the bottom color, or like the color off their skin, I'll do something like this, and then come over here and pick the color again. So it'll do something like that. And on the top, to change the color, it's real easy to change it. You can do the same thing with the gradient overlay, but this time I will use the yellow color because this is how I made it. I'm just showing y'all real quick because I'm gonna change it up after I get done, but I'm gonna show y'all the end result. So you want to put that one like this, and I like to make this one like a little bit darker, so it looks something like that. That's pretty much how you change the text of it. Now obviously I gotta add drop shadow, fix it up a little bit, but that's the easy way to change like color on here. But I'm gonna change it up some more, and I'll be back with y'all when I'm done doing that. Alright, so as you can see, for the bottom color, it changed a little bit more, but with the colors on this, like if you're trying to make it, I recommend you try to match like the character's outfit. That's what I did on Speed's one, but the blended options kind of follow the same method. You can see like on the color right here, and for this right here, you can kind of see like the dark and the light part of it also. So just do something like that and you should be straight. But yeah, this is pretty much how I'm gonna do it. Now what I'm gonna do is add these drop shadows, and you probably want to name these because it's gonna get a little tricky. So I'm gonna name that number 2, name this number 1. And what you want to do is probably make a group for your drop shadows also. I ain't do that the first time, but I'm gonna do it now. So you want to add a layer in here, hit B on your keyboard, make sure you're on the black brush, and you can go up here to your brush settings, make sure your hardness on 0. So you want to click with it one time, hold shift, and drag it all the way down until it looks like it's flat. After you do that, you just want to keep dragging it down, and let's see how flat we can get with it. Just keep getting flat with it, like until you get something kind of like this. And after you get something like that, what you want to do is hit Control J on it and drag it over here. And you can probably get a little more flat when you're on the R. Then you can hit Control J, and we can bring it over here. Hold shift, probably make it a little bit longer for that. Then you can hit Control J again and bring it to the O. Be something like this. Control J again, bring it over to the M. Make it a little bit smaller over here. Something like this. Then hit Control J again, and we'll bring it down here again. And do something like that. Then we'll hit Control J, and it's pretty much like we just keep doing this. Make this one a little bit longer. And the last one we'll do is the F. And I'll probably fix up the M because I feel like it's looking a little too dark, but got the F. And let me go to the M and do opaque like that a little bit. And you want to hit Control S once you're done. So now that you got your drop shadows, you can just lock that group because it will get tricky. But you want to create a new layer above this, create a clipping mask, hit B on your keyboard, make sure you're on the black brush. And what you want to do is go about it down like on the bottom. And you want to use that black brush to like make that stuff a little dark. And yeah, do something like that. And after that, you can mess with the opacity on it. So now that you got that done, what you want to do is hit Control J on this layer. You can simply just right click and then go to rasterize layer. Put this below the drop shadows. Hit Control U on it. Turn the lightness down. And you want to hold shift and drag this down with like so. Now this part always kind of give me when I'm making it, but really, now that I'm looking at it, it's not that hard. So you can right click and warp it. And I'm not the best at making shadows, especially realistic shadows. I'm gonna keep that a buck for anybody to say something, but you just want to make a shadow that look realistic enough, but you know it's not gonna be the best, but just make it look somewhat realistic. So I'm gonna try to make it a so-called shadow of the text right now. So yeah, you just want to mess with this until you get it right, like how you want it. And I'll probably do mine like that. So after you got this, feel me, name this shadow or whatever you want to. And after, you want to go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and do how much you want, but do that, and then you want to lower the opacity on it. But lower it and still make sure you can see it types and stuff. So it should look something like that. So after that, I'm gonna put another One Punch Man, team, however you say it, you feel me? I'm gonna put him behind the text over there. So let me get him. Hit Control C on him. Then come over here, hit Control V. And I'm gonna put take him and put him in the air, but I'll be right back with y'all. So I'm gonna just make it smaller. Well, make him smaller. And just put it about right there. Now I know on Speeds when somebody was sitting on the thing, but I really ain't want to recreate because at first I really wasn't gonna do this because I don't really, you feel me, I don't want to see everybody going around with this banner. This one ain't gonna give out no PSD for it, but yeah, just put it right there. Go to brightness and contrast. Make sure you add some brightness to it. And one thing I try to do is kind of make a drop shadow out of it too, but I couldn't really do it. You probably won't be able to see it right now either, so I'm probably not gonna do that. But what you can do, go to the black brush and get like this black color and do something like that, and just mess with the opacity on it. And make sure your brightness is correct when you on this. Alright, so another thing I did when I made this, I added some curves to the image. Now you can definitely see the difference when I mess with the curves, but I really didn't want to go through the trouble of showing y'all how I made it. But that's pretty much how it kind of looks. I got like this now slow going on or whatever, and I don't really use curves that much no more. I really tend to do levels or whatever, and let me show y'all how to do that real quick. But yeah, with my levels, it kind of helped me out with my contrast and my brightness and stuff, so I kind of use them more. But with my curves, you feel me, you just add this down here and mess with it a little bit. You can definitely see the difference, but hit Control S after you're done with that. All right, so now the next thing you want to do is add like some leaves over this side too. So we're just gonna hit Control J on this and bring this over. Yeah, that's if you already got leaves and or whatever. You want to bring that over like so, and then create a new layer above it, and let me make sure I'm on the right one. Bring this drop shadow down, create a clipping mask, and just get this one, create a clipping mask. And yeah, you just want to add that dark layer outside of it, mess with the opacity. And now you want to get this little leaf right here, hit Control J on it, and you want to bring this all the way down here and put it right click, flip horizontal, and you want to put this behind the actual text like so. So you'll have something like that, and you want to create a clipping mask, make it dark, and yeah, just do something like this right here, lower the opacity. Come on here, do this, make sure on the color black, and I'm gonna take some of this out down here. That's pretty much how you do it, and you can hit Control S after doing that. Next thing I'm gonna do is go to this text real quick and create a clipping mask, and what I'm gonna do is just get the color black, go around the bottom with it like so, and do something like that, lower the opacity, mess with it real quick. And I'm gonna go to blend options, see how inner shadow will look on it, see if I want to add one, see how that will look. So you just do something like that. Yeah, right click, copy the layer style, see how it look on this down here also. Oh, I'm tripping. I'm tripping, I forgot. Hold up. Right click, blend options, let me see. Yeah, so I'll probably keep an inner shadow on that, look a little bit more clean like that. So I just hit Control S on it. All right, the last thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add some vibrance to this image. So you just want to come over here and mess with it, put about 21, and turn this up. Hit Control S, and now what you want to do is hold Shift, come all the way down here and click that. Hit Control J, then hit Control E, and hit M on your keyboard, right click, make sure on the marquee tool, hit Control J, right click, convert to smart object, and go to filter and camera raw filter. So after you do this, you got all these settings. At the time of me making ads like speeds, banner, I ain't really have all these presets and stuff. So if I'm being realistic, only thing I would do, I'm just coming here to take these off. By the way, it's on 0, but basically probably the only thing I do is add some contrast. I really like the way contrast, like what it does to the image. Do some contrast and some highlights, maybe a little bit of exposure, lighten up the image, but that's pretty much all I do. And then I go to filter, magic bullet looks. Now I know on speeds banner, when I made it, what I did add for show was diffusion. I added a lot of that to the image. Now personally, I don't really think diffusion looked that good, but if you want to add it, this is pretty much how you do it. You just come over here, drag it, bring it down, and this is magic bullet looks right here. I got a tutorial on it, everything. You want to turn your grade up, and that's pretty much what I did to speeds. I turned the grade up and did all that, but you can take it off and you can see it looks a little bit more clear when you take it off. I don't really think I had the glitch effect on there like that. I probably had like 20 or 30 on there, but definitely I had this on here. So if you want to add that, you can, but I'm not really gonna add it. So I'm gonna just hit finished after, and yeah. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to filter, Topaz Labs, and for this right here, what I'm gonna add is gonna be mild details. I'm gonna turn the detail down, but I'm gonna apply this, have something like that, and that's pretty much how you make it. Now what you wanna do is create a new layer. Go up here, hold Alt, click a color, hold Alt, click a color, then click, Alt, click color, then click. You wanna do that. Pretty sure I did that when I made it. And after you do that, put it on screen, you'll have something like this. And that's pretty much how you do it. So now what you want to do is go to File, Export, Export As, and I'm gonna let this load up. I'm gonna click Export like so. And now that you've done this, I named it Speed Replica Banner because that's really what it is. And yeah, then go File, Open it. I'm gonna bring in this template right here. That's why I put all my banner sizes in. So I go to File, Open once again. Just want to bring the little replica in, whatever you made. Hit Control C, come over here, Control V, and you want to go hit Control J, drag that over. Hit Control J, drag that over. Hold Control and click both of them. Then hit Control E once you got both, and hit Control U and drag the lightness all the way down. Now you want to create a new layer. Hit G on your keyboard. Go change the color to black right here on the color picker, and then click. And after you want to go to File, Export, Export As, and then pretty much how you export it, and you can then put it on your YouTube banner size. So just do this, and I usually rename it to 1546, and that is how you do it. Let me put my camera on real quick. Me boy Dragon, peace out.